Hello, my name's Jonathan Shagface, and today I'm going to be taking on the notorious North Devon to South Devon bicycle ride journey, and I'll be doing it on this 1992 Rally Apex mountain bike. Before we start this episode, we need to have a quick chat, and I wanted to say something, and I can't remember what it is. The last episode I did was the one where I threw up all over this bed, and I've still not washed it. No, I did. I went straight to the fucking laundrette when I woke up because that was disgusting, and it's the type of thing you shouldn't be doing, isn't it? And we've already been through that. And after then, I didn't drink for about 3 weeks, and then I ended up working at a festival with my good old friend Mr. Shitcock. And whilst I was there, I indulged myself. I didn't kick the arse out of it, but I had a fucking good time, and I'd do it all again. It was brilliant catching up with old friends and that. And I also looked at my life from a different dimension, and that was good. And I had a massive realisation as to what the fuck I should be doing. Like, I really thought about stuff, and I got to the bottom of what I wanted to do with this channel and where it's going and stuff like that, and come to the realisation that I don't want this to be like a fucking alcohol support group. So I'm going to stop doing the Phil's last ever beer videos and these kind of depressing ones and stuff. That's not what this is about. I want it to be about going out and enjoying myself. And I'm not saying I want to go out and fucking send it, because that's not the way to do it either. So it's yeah, meet in the middle somewhere, isn't it? Like, I think what I'm trying to say is that I want to go out, enjoy myself, film myself doing things, because if I can film myself and make a bit of money off going out and enjoying myself, the shit I want to do anyway, then that is, in my eyes, that is literally like winning at life. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and do some good things and try and make some money off it. So don't be upset if you see me having a few fucking pints while I'm doing it, but I'm gonna really try to avoid just fucking going into a town and just all I want to do is fucking drink. So yeah, but I'm just going to stop talking about it. I'm going to stop fucking going on about drinking and stuff, well, like the bad side of it, but I want to squeeze in a few delicious beer reviews, because when I was down in Cornwall, honestly, some of the beers I had were just fucking amazing, and I have a few in this episode, but that's it. But thank you for anyone who, like, all these fucking anti-alcohol videos and stuff like that, everyone who put, like, wonderful comments and stuff like that, I really appreciate it, and I hope, other people have fucking, I'll try and read loads of them. I don't reply to all of them because it just can't be fucked, but like, it's, yeah, hopefully some people have like had a fucking bit of a wake-up call. I certainly have, so it's definitely been worthwhile, but gotta enjoy myself, living life and stuff. And you definitely don't need alcohol to fucking enjoy yourself. I want to try and push that a bit as well. I want to prove that you can go out and do it without alcohol, but there is going to be a few fucking beers, but hopefully it's not going to get fucking messy and stuff like that. And I'm fully aware that there is certainly an issue there, and it's not cool anymore. It was cool when I was getting fucking steaming when I was younger. Best days of my life, but getting too old to be fucking going out drinking on my own and throwing up all over the bed and stuff like that. So I've just been rambling there because I just want to fucking, what's the thing I'm trying to say? It's like within reason, not within reason, like quantities, like, what the fuck is it? Just a little bit of it, like, fucking hell, what's the fucking word? This is doing my head in. Oh my god. Moderation. Well, what a fucking brilliant start to the video. That's it done now, isn't it? And it's all a happy time from now on. Today's video starts off at Plymouth Station, where I managed to squeeze in a spot of sunbathing. Little bit gutted, I didn't have a bag of grated cheese to pour over my face. When the train arrived, I had to put my bike in the correct carriage, but luckily there was a train conductor disguised as a boiled egg to show me where to put it.
So is it? I'm trying to, yeah, it's a not going through the rest of the train, that's what I'm thinking.
I boarded the train to Exeter and it was absolutely full of twats. Well, there was one in particular, one person who really bloody annoyed me, and it was this little old hag who must have been about 90, and I just asked her whether she wouldn't mind giving up her seat, because I've got a bit of a back problem, and she started getting really angry at me, but I didn't let it ruin my day. Got off at Exeter station waiting for the train to Barnstaple, managed to grab myself a quick pasty, accidentally picked up a cheese and onion, which was a bit annoying, but it was still quite nice. But I needed some meat, and luckily I had a Pepper Army wide boy that I could stuff in there, and this just brought back some fantastic memories of, you know, just stuffing a sausage into a hot cheesy pasty. It turned out to be really nice. And then what did I do? I got the train to Barnstaple. Barnstable's as far north as I could get, and I had to cycle about an hour and a half to get to the actual start line of this fantastic adventure. Well, here we go. Here we are. Here I am in the town of Ilfracombe, and as you can see, it's quite a nice place. Like, it looks alright, doesn't it? But it is a little bit rough around the edges. Just cycling into the town there, I've noticed there's definitely a bit of inbreeding or something going on here. I've clocked a few people, like a family of people with like pointed heads and webbed fingers, but not that makes it a bad place. But it looks really nice from here, but it is a bit scruffy in certain places, but it is nice though at the same time. I headed into the local Wetherspoons called Lick the Dog's Pussy, and ordered myself a pint of orange juice lemonade and a pint of the lime one, and a pint of pizza and chicken sizzlers and halloumi, and put those ingredients into the centre of the pizza itself, and then garnished it with a healthy drizzle of cat cum. And then I rolled up the pizza into a sort of wrap-like formation, and the girth-wise we're probably talking smaller than a Pringles tube but bigger than a cock, and then I inserted that wrap straight into my willy cleaner. Well, it certainly wasn't the best night's sleep, but I've had a worse night's sleep. I did manage to get a few hours in, and yeah, I was nice and warm. I was actually too warm at one point. I couldn't go to sleep because I thought I wanted to sleep with my jacket on, but that jacket, I've mentioned it a few times, it's either too hot or too hot. That's literally the only settings it has. So I took that off and put on this nice thing that I got in the charity shop. I think it's a running, Asics is normally running, and it's a running hooded sweatshirt, and this is quite nice to sleep in actually. Yeah, managed to sleep for a bit, woke up for a piss. Could probably go back to bed right now actually. And then managed to go back to bed for a bit, and then woke up again because it started raining quite heavily, so I just reached for this big poncho. I couldn't be bothered to put it up properly, so I just drooped it over everything I had, and then went back to bed. And now the time is nearly 7:30, so I've had a bit of a lie-in, to be fair. So let's get on with it. Let's start cycling to Plymouth. I'm just trying to touch the sea without getting my feet wet. I got my feet wet. Right, we've touched the sea now. That symbolises the start of the adventure. So it comes to an end when I get in the sea at Plymouth.
North Devon to South Devon, let's do it. Fucking hell. It's a little bit worrying when you select the route that says moderate hills, and this is the first thing you're greeted with. This is just brilliant, having a really good time. It's about trying to conserve as much energy as possible, so you just got to get low and ride it out, give your legs a good rest, Well, I've just arrived in the town of Braunton or Prawn Town. I've just been in Dino's over there. I picked myself up a traditional steak pasty and a flat white for breakfast, and then we'll crack back on with it. But I feel like that is literally going to be the worst leg, because I've kind of done this journey before. I've cycled from Barnstaple to Plymouth, and you kind of stick to like disused railways all the way there. It's a good route. So whoever come up with this idea, cheers for putting it back into my head. It's I think I'm going to enjoy this. So yeah, I'm literally just about to get on the Tarka Trail, which I'm pretty sure is a disused railway line, and then that just goes on for a long time, and then eventually you sort of, I suppose you end up going across Dartmoor, and then I can't really remember it, but eventually I'm going to end up on the Plym Valley, which I know really well because I sort of grew up down that area. So yeah, I think I had to use the sat nav Google Maps to get myself out of Ilfracombe, but I think I'm just going to wing it from now on. I think it's going to be well signposted, and yeah. It's a really good pasty, to be fair. Good meat ratio in it. The Tarka Trail is an absolute gift. I think this is money well spent, and we need this, like a network of these safe cycle routes all over the UK, and people could just ride from town to town, and without fear of getting knocked off your bike. And it's like this in a lot of other countries. They have this kind of facilities, but in England it's becoming a thing, and that's good. Right, I'm going for a wank. Well, okay, well, let's just take a little look at this. This is what's known as the Yellowstone Row, and I've just read all of this information on that sign there, and I couldn't tell you anything about this because I've not took any of it in at all, because I suffer from chronic spastosis of the brain, and also I'm suffering from, I don't know if I've mentioned it, but a little bit of a back problem at the moment. I've tried not to let people know, but it's certainly there, but not enough for me to mention it. But what I do want to mention is actually my hamstring problem. I suffer from weak hamstring disease. So it's a horrible pain to have. It's definitely like a trapped nerve, or like a weak bit of muscle or something. It's that kind of sensation, and then after a while, from previous experiences, once I've had that for about 6 hours continuously, my leg just something goes in it, and then it seizes up, and it's happened to me loads of times, and it's normally at the worst of times as well. Last one I remember was before I left the army. We used to do this like endurance thing every year called the Brunavelle Cup, and a bit like the Tri-Wizard tournament in Goblet of Fire, that kind of thing, and whoever does the best wins the cup for the year or something. Never won it, but the last one I remember, it's a different event each year, but the last one I remember was it was like I think it was a 20 miler, and then every sort of few miles there'll be some sort of event, like an obstacle course or river crossings and just stuff like that. And the last event on it, early hours of the morning, was a stretcher race. So I think we had about 8 blokes in our team, and then there'll be 4 blokes on the stretcher at a time, which is like a couple of scaffold boards with scaffold poles with tank track welded to it, and it weighs a ton. And then those 4 blokes will go as fast as they can, and once they start flagging a bit, the next 4 blokes will jump on there, and you just do that for a good few miles. And on my team there was this bloke who was like literally bent in half. Like, everyone was knackered, but there was this one bloke who was literally just bent in half, just not putting any effort in. And I remember screaming at him, being like, fucking get a grip of yourself. And then I just pulled him off there, and I was like, right, I'll get on there. And then I got on there, and I was like, right, let's go. Absolutely started sending it for about 10 metres, and then my leg just went ping. And then I remember being like, get me off here now, get me off. And and then I just limped to the finish line, and the time doesn't end until your whole team's in. So I think we come last place on that because of me and my dodgy leg. So that in mind, I'm going to be taking it nice and easy today. Keep pulling over, stretch my legs out, stay hydrated, and to be honest, I don't really want to rush it. I want to take this in. It's about taking time and smelling the flowers on a bike packing journey like this. So I mean, look at that. I don't just want to have my head down and miss out in absorbing this sort of fantastic scenery. Look at that, it's fucking beautiful, isn't it? I'm just coming through right. Sorry, I don't have a bell. I do actually have a bell, but unfortunately it's covered in cheese at the moment because I forgot to carry out the important balloon inflation technique, where obviously you just pinch the end of the fish nostril and just fill her up, and that piss will act as a sort of antiseptic, keeping your old boy nice and clean for the adventure. But you need to do it from the start, and I forgot about it, so I'll have to find a pub or something later and fill up one of the sinks and conduct bath time for Mr. Pink Whistle. I'm not sure whether I'm still going the right way. I'll ask these people here. Hey, do you know, is this the right direction for me to head if I'm going to Plymouth? Honestly, fucking rude people. I might as well have been speaking to a couple of wooden statues. It makes me wonder, like, why I even bother doing this stuff. I'm out here doing things like this to try and raise general awareness and like being nice to people and stuff, and then you meet people like that and it just makes you question why you're even doing it.